Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to A House of Many Doors. Last episode, we got our hands on a little bit of an upgrade for our Kinetopede, warding iron. Well, warding armor made of warding iron. Won't stand up to bombardment as well as normal steel, but it will insulate your crew from occult interferences. So less sanity loss, and we can resist some occult weaponry, which is kinda nice. Also, extra 40 health. Lovely, isn't that? Today our plan is to try to impress Bradley again, in the hopes of getting him off my ship. Sorry, Kinetopede. I know. There's a very small difference between the two. After that, we're going to be going and working on Otto's quest. And perhaps we might go and ambush some governor's men. Actually, if I'm smart, I'll just go Bradley, Penguin, Ichthyid Hound, and ambush the governor's men if I feel like we could. I mean, the issue is, I don't think I'm substantially tougher than I was last time we tried. And last time, I had to run. Side note, I'm sorry, I just need to surprise him in order to get the grit up to 50. Unless it was supposed to be guts. But doesn't matter, I'm getting grit up to 50 anyway. Meandering treatise, not very useful. Alright. 2 more. And then we go north to whatever there is there. I do wish the notes were preserved. At least a little bit. Oh well, doesn't matter, I suppose. It really doesn't, but would be nice. We did get the warning that, hey, I discovered something, which might have just been, I discovered Ghoul Watch. From, we're definitely near the Lord of Crows now. Oh, this would be the, Lord of Crows that we... Yeah, I think there was a... part of the tagline was being able to date a bunch of, like, millions of crows in a Gestalt mind. Where are we? Pale water cascades from an outcrop so high that the water is missed before it hits the floor. Ghosts congregate here in a seething spectral mass. Tread carefully, the floor is slick with water and ectoplasm. Oh, those are ghosts. Okay. Well, it's just disturbing to have a bunch of white human outlines with black eyes staring at you. Anyway, doesn't this make you feel comfortable, guys? Will the falls impress Bradley? Bradley takes in the seething water column, the thousand specters thronging at its churning base. A rainbow lances through the spray. He squints at it unhappily. Just gives me the heebie-jeebies, he shudders. Look at all those black-eyed ghosts. Can we go back inside? Yes, we can. Bradley, you're the worst. Anyway, explore the falls. Mist and ghosts merge into one. Yes, I realize Bradley has the same complaint I had, but still. You clamber over the wet, slick rocks at the outskirts of the falls. Together with your crew, you take the time to sit and picnic and watch the roaring torrent. Closer to that column of seething white water is a landscape of spikes and outcrops, tunnels and twisting paths, all obscured by a blanket of fog. You can get lost for days if you aren't careful. Breathtaking spectacle. This is a bad choice. Attempt to climb closer to the falls. Careful not to slip into the water or lose yourself entirely. Ah, wonderful. Fog clings at you like a cobweb. You clamber closer to the falls, carefully stepping over patches of slick algae and ducking the occasional low-hanging outcrop. As you get closer, you see something, a cavern, hidden behind the roaring sheet of water. You climb inside, the spray of the falls soaking you to the bone. Shivering violently, you walk down a long tunnel, your feet sloshing through cold black puddles. You hear hoarse singing up ahead. I really wish that the music didn't just cut out. For a whole 2 seconds. Anyway, finally you stumble into a rocky little grotto. A skinny, bearded old fellow sits half-naked by a roaring campfire, playing a pair of bongos badly and singing, A dozen ghosts surround him. Is it your imagination, or are they also whispering along to the music? I mean, we must join in the song. Always the right decision, you understand. You sit and sing together, you and the hermit and the ghosts. Your voice is just barely audible over the roaring waterfall. When the song is finished, the ghosts drift away. The hermit packs up his bongos and starts to lay down some bedding for the night. Return to the Kinetopede. The hermit smiles at you uncomprehendingly when you try to speak to him. Huh. Well, that's happening now. So, quickly let's... the Lord of Crows is... Of course. Somewhere else. To know if something about a fungal ruin. I should really start reading these more carefully. Ah, lumber. Fuel / money. And I think it's up one more and then to the left a lot. Something about crows? Ah. Again, I wish these were preserved so I could read them properly, but... now we're just complaining about old problems. Ah, one more. Oh, hush, we are disturbed. Nope. Unfortunate. Hi, you know what? Let's fight. Life-hate cult. The whole is covered with a mix of occult runes and hideous anti-life graffiti. Stand and be cleansed. The ghoul captain is covered in swirling tattoos, and he raises some holy symbol over his head as he shouts down to you. We will rescue you from the terrible energy polluting your corpses. Oh. I see. Well then, you are about to die, son. Oh, this is gonna be just the worst for you guys. There's not even that many of you. I should probably send in my guards, actually, shouldn't I? Well, yeah, let's do that. Okay, Florian, board. Cornelius Ray, board. And... boarding. We're gonna murder us some crew. Aw, people I liked. Oh well. That's the one I... well... You're gonna board as well. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have left you out here. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. And Tybalt? Yeah, you know what? You're going over there as well. Oh wow, this guy's dead. Why are you behaving erratically? Suppose it doesn't matter, but... oh well. Oh. Nope, not ideal. Oh, we're down a lot of hull. We can take that place apart, please? I don't know if that's doing what I want it to. Oh, I didn't pay attention to my hull at all. They're actually doing a lot of damage. Well, end the turn. Do me a favor. Kill their navigator. Cornelius Ray, are you You know, I'm just gonna leave you. Oh, there we go. Now he's doing what I want him to. Except I probably shouldn't have sent him up there. He's gonna die, but oh well. Guys, no. Okay. Just to be clear, they can't fire anymore, right? I do want to be quite clear on that. We'll end the turn there. Because they don't have anyone in the rooms to do that. Okay. I was uncertain if we would survive that. That was actually a very bad idea, the thing we just did. Okay, so the ship hangs empty in the air, ripe for salvage. Tear it apart, take everything there is. No. Hideous revelation, not horrifying ordeal. Keep making that mistake. The enemy's vehicle is silent, utterly emptied of life. There are signs everywhere of the former occupants, half-eaten meals, half-written diaries, a card game that never concluded. A grisly hand of glory hangs from one of the walls. You continue your top-to-bottom search. You're about to give up when you stumble upon a hidden cache of 254 guineas. Well, now I have to be very careful with this. Dear. Mistakes, arguably, were made. Let's scare him some more. It makes me feel better. Dearie me. Oh well. Nothing for it. Should have paid more attention to my health if I wanted to worry about it. Okay. Whispered promises on the wind, don't care, because I am going to go see the Lord of Crows. Who may or may not be a romance option, according to the little store page for this game. No. Okay. Okay, and some more lumber, because why not? I have the space for it. Who needs oxygen? Not this guy. The Lord of Crows. Hi, buddy. A shifting black pillar dominates the room, writhing and contorting as though in agony. As you approach, you see glinting beaks and mad eyes, and here or there the shape of a wing. It's a 10-mile-high tower of conjoined crows, fused together at some skeletal level and draped over a vast beaked totem. There must be millions of birds here, tormented by their unity. And I can't repair here. Good. Address the strange totem. The crows are oddly silent, the air is still. Introduce yourself formally, usually a safe bet. I mean, what do you say? 2 million beady eyes are upon you. Although, a test of spirit. Tell a joke. Always risky. You are now maimed. The joke is greeted with utter silence. Huh, tough crows. A flock of crows detach from the mass and descend upon you, ripping and tearing with beaks like iron. You're forced to run back to the Kinetopede, torn half to shreds. Well. That was a quick visit. Bye. Yeah, I can't remember if the Kelp Fortress has a place for me to repair. I'm hoping they do. Because, well, things could be going better. Couldn't really be going much worse. Okay. Some business about legs. Yeah, slight breeze, etc. How many rooms? Let's see, I'm about here, so... Oh, 6 more. Okay. Or I could just go straight for the penguin. Risky maneuver. Ah, what's life without a few risks, huh? Besides, I can probably run away from anything that tries to catch me. Oh? A tree plucked from another world like a flower. What's that hanging from the branches? A dangling shape. A desiccated corpse hangs from the tree, its head cocked at a jaunty angle, a noose around its neck. Your crew pull it down, muttering amongst themselves superstitiously. Alright, I'll take my embalmed corpse. Apparitions. Specters hang at the edge of your vision. When you try to catch sight of them, they withdraw like morning mist. You're left with a vague impression of a face that you recognized, and sweat pricking beneath your clothes. Odd timing, game, because I am actually feeling a bit of sweat. Anyway, slightly nervous now. Oh god, no. Ooh. Didn't pay attention there for a second, but that could have been bad. That could have been real bad. Okay, though. Okay. Keep going. Somewhere else. Somewhere not here. One more to the north. Just so we're at right angles instead of winding paths. Oh dear. Always makes that falling china sound whenever I hit anything. I'm always like, okay, is that one of my 16 bits of health gone? Yeah, invisible eyes. Bah. Humbug. Nonsense. I just tried to tell a joke to a god, and it sort of did not like the joke. But hey, everybody else seems to be fine. Completely unwounded. Okay. Tear it down. Yeah. Not the best of choices. Actually, really not the best of choices because some of the events that happen when you're insane can damage your hull. Oh, I'm an idiot. Hound or penguin? Hound or penguin? Screw it, penguin. Going north, taking risks. Many risks. Ah. Near Mousalon River, you say. Oh, are we close to it? God, I hate... You? No. Okay. You. I'm blaming you for my mistakes right now. Okay. It's okay. I'm just blessing. Keep silent. Right, that causes more sanity loss. Shit. I'm sure there'll be a way to deal with all this soon. Yep, that's the sound I was dreading. It's fine. Oh, good. We're in the frozen north now, and there's a living iceberg. A lifeberg, if you will. Good. You know, I really would have liked to see more of this map variety earlier. Oh. Hello, Murmurhold. Really? My navigator can't find this. But they can find all... It's fine. It's fine. A lonely castle on a cliff, a dark history, the details obscure. Enter the castle. You stroll through the wintry halls of Murmurhold. Empty portrait frames line the wall. An icy gale howls through the glassless windows. Just on the edge of hearing a susurration, a whisper of many voices. You press your ear against the nearest painfully cold wall, and the whispers become a chorus. You know with odd certainty that you are eavesdropping on conversations in other worlds, or many miles away, or that have not yet occurred. Keep listening. The muttering voices echo through your bones. There's so many of them, they threaten to drown you. One strand of conversation momentarily drowns out the others, a discussion between a close-knit family of nomads flying on the back of an airborne turtle in search of their missing mother. Whispers follow you back. There's something wrong with the wind here, you're sure of it. I mean, at this point I'm smiling, so... no. Leave the city, but don't. No. Many things I might do. That is not one of them. Okay, that's there. I'm sorry, I was worried for a moment that when you're insane, you might sometimes find new places. Which would be a cool mechanic, but would also be kind of upsetting. Still interesting, a house that sort of marks off, I suppose, a thin place within the house. Interesting. Interesting. Hopefully we can get by without any bad events happening. Nothing wrong. We're fine. And we are! Hey, the Oddwinter intrusion. There's no civilization here, is there? Good. Nothing that'll help me up. Nothing that'll help me fix my Kinetopede. I almost said upgrade, but that's not as much of a problem at the moment. See, I know how they made this particular sound effect. And it's really... Yep. It's really kind of bothering me. Anyway, ignoring that for now. The Oddwinter intrusion. A spike of ice hundreds of miles long has slammed through the wall of this room and buried the floor in rubble. Through the hole you can see only darkness and whirling snow. Blue-skinned figures, each as tall as a church, wade through the snow drifts and clamber over cliffs of ice. Most are wearing black suits and white ties, and some are carrying clipboards. Ah. Well, let's help Otto track down a penguin. You will need chill stone to keep it comfortable once you've caught it. Sorry, trying to match the cadence of the words. Anyway, the intrusion juts ostentatiously through the walls ahead. Snow floods in through the cracks and the emptiness. But you're not here to visit the intrusion. Otto has set up a small tent in the frost fields, and he's hunting penguins. A fascinating animal, he tells you, scanning the snow with rime-speckled binoculars. A bird that can't fly. The house is full of absurdities. Adorable. A test of vigilance helps search for penguins. A tough challenge. Success is unlikely, but... we tried. You scan the endless snow for hours. All you achieve is a soreness of the eyes and a blueness of the nose. It is Otto who spots it first, a small black shape waddling through the blizzard. He rushes over to capture it. A penguin, says Otto gravely, holding it up for inspection. Hideously strange, is it not? When you've returned to the Kinetopede, he pops it in a cage, propped up against chillstone to keep it cool. He pops it in the cage. Yes, what I just said. Well, gather our news. An officious ice giant with a clipboard seems willing to spare you a moment of his time. A new client has been summoned to discuss investment opportunities. After they started weeping, they were assigned to the client pit. An executive has been fired for questioning Oddwinter. Oh. Businessmen, ice giants. This is fantastic. Well, the ice giant sees his supervisor approaching and hurries away. Oh, I mean, I need to try. Gain entrance to the intrusion. Perhaps you'll have the chance to speak to Oddwinter himself. As you approach, a section of wall in the ice spike slides aside. A creak, a hiss of compressed air. You walk through into the reception, which somehow contrives to be even colder than the air outside. The walls are bedecked in inspirational posters. The blue-skinned, white-haired receptionist, who is approximately 12 feet tall and throbbing with muscle, looks up from his book. His scowl melts instantly into a smile. Ah, human, are you here about the job posting? Yes, why not? A job posting? You haven't seen one, though. The ice giant frowns. Really? You didn't see the advertisements? For marketing had them printed on every single snowflake in a 100-mile radius. Blew half their budget for the year. Go up ahead. The ice giant clicks a button behind his desk, and a door slides open in the ice nearby. The CEO is on the 98th floor. Mind your manners. He ate the last intern who forgot to bow. Well, let's take the elevator. You enter, press the button marked 98. The ice door groans shut. This is a good choice. The elevator rumbles for a time, then reaches its destination with a merry ding. When you step outside, you find yourself teetering on the edge of a pit at least a mile deep. And looming up through the pit, shaggy white-haired head almost scraping the ceiling, his wide belly scraping against the walls, Oddwinter himself, the CEO, an ice titan so colossal he could lift your Kinetopede between his fingers and pop you like a blister. You're standing directly at his eye level. His eyes are as big as swimming pools. Ah, a human! Oddwinter's voice is a peal of thunder, the collapse of a mountainside. Glad marketing finally justified their budget. When can you begin? Admit you don't actually know why you're here. Those enormous baby blue eyes narrow. Now they're only as wide as a small river. Yep. Someone in marketing is going to have to be devoured, says Oddwinter, specks of frost form on his pupil. Let me explain. Oddwinter Incorporated has traveled a great distance to get here. We believe the house is abundant in resources that we can strip and sell to 1,000 other worlds, once we find an exit. Which we will. His eyebrows furrow, making an intersection of two fur-covered streets. Eventually, in the meantime, there's one resource we wish to acquire above all others, the secret to true immortality. Our analysts assure us it is nearby. What do you mean by true immortality? Even gods can be killed. The CEO shifts slightly as though trying to get comfortable in its pit. A true immortal can only die by their own hand. Why do you need a human? Because these locations are in cities full of humans, the CEO sighs a winter gale. We would just kill you all, but we are proud to be an ethical and sustainable corporation. Our motto is we avoid genocide when we can. Yes! I love this company, I need to work for them. Where do I have to go? We have identified 4 locations, though you need only survey 3, the buried city beneath Carapace, the crashed vessel in Founder's Fire, the maze in Phobiter Quinn, and the oil platform in Penachak. Go, delve, record what you find, you will be rewarded. The CEO pauses, ice forms across his cheek, cracks, reforms. Just tell us what you find. Let us worry about retrieving the secret if you find it. Take it for yourself and there will be consequences for your entire species. Oh. My lawyer will speak to you now, booms the CEO. I must return to sleep. His voice dies away, his huge eyes close. A lawyer appears at your shoulder, 20 feet tall, emaciated, her face a mournful skull draped in paper-thin azure skin. Let us go to my office and leave the CEO to his nap time, she says in a voice like honey. I'll need you to sign an 870-page contract, a non-disclosure agreement, a non-disclosure agreement about the non-disclosure agreement, and a liability release form. Hey, it's just like my first job. You head back into the elevator, down to the 60th floor, where a mountain of paperwork awaits. E-waits. That's the new fangled type of waiting that, you know what, this joke isn't going nowhere. She makes sure you read every page. Well, he says. Can I buy anything here? Nope. Good. Perfect. So, we're gonna be making a trip through the fetch mirror, obviously, for obvious reasons. Good run. Good try. But we're probably not gonna survive a trip all the way to... Well, actually, how far away are we? Yeah, hold up. Yeah, we're not going to make it to the Kelp Fortress. Probably not. Almost certainly not going to make it that far. So, yes. Back to our original plan of getting the hell out of here and leaving my crew to deal with this. As for where, I mean... Many options, of course. Many options. And you know what? This one's actually profitable. But I don't remember if I can repair there. Whereas I'm certain I can repair at the City of Keys. So that's where we're going. Let's see, what haven't I tried yet? Subtlety, I've done that. I've done like a 50-50% chance. We'll just go with Esoterica. Let's just be really safe right now, okay? You know most of its tricks. There are certain tricks in the mirror-wise, well-trodden paths that change less often and less explosively than the rest. Corridors of static and predictable architecture, serenely reflected from other worlds. You bypass the wonders that other paths through the mirror-wise might offer you, but you also bypass the horrors. The real world seems painfully pale in comparison. Ah. Let's bribe them, it's expected. It's always nice to receive a gift from a friend, says the small, fat customs man smoothly. He tipped his hat. Good day, we'll bother you no further. The two of them saunter off your Kinetopede and wander down the station. Thank God they're gone. Gather our news. Unfortunate. Well. We'll submit what reports we can. We still have the bigger problems to deal with, but that's fine. Which reminds me, I should really take a look. Where do we have to go for her? I'll look at that some other time. Right now, I want to make sure we can repair the hull. Thank you. Okay, and let's recover, because this text thing is really killing me. Okay. Beautiful. Do we have anything that we can sell? No. Well, yes. Do I have multiple glimpses? I do. And seeing as I don't really have a use for them. But I do have a use for guineas. Let's just get this done with. Come on. Come on. God, how many glimpses did I get? That many. However many that was, that's how many I got. Ooh, and I have enough apprehensions that we'll be able to upgrade our grit or guts, whichever one Tybalt upgrades, enough to get to the Poet Knights in the future. But right now... No, nothing. Do you have any actual upgrades? It'd be lovely if it actually told me exactly how much these things improve. Our stats. I don't have any trophy. That makes me sad. Speed and fuel efficiency by 20%. And that's crosswords improved driver versus... Not what I was looking for. Well, technically what I'm looking for. We'll see. Wait, am I? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, crosswords is not an improvement. This, however, is. Why not? Let's make ourselves faster. And get the warding iron that we can only get here? No. You know what? That's a bad decision. Because that's most of my guineas gone. Leave. And visit the museum. Well. It's only 27% complete, and the Ministry hates it. Well... Dead dangerous beast? How do we like that? Its glass eyes point in the opposite directions and rather ruin the effect. Good, perfect. Do you have an oscillating prism? Though I think I'm going to keep that. A Hand of Glory, we could do that. Do we still pass? We still pass. Okay, so dangerous beasts, acceptable. Scripture probably isn't. He says... We'll leave this be for now, although embalmed corpses, I have no further use for them. A stoppered bottle of darkness might not... It might, but it... It's not that hard to find. 32% complete. Okay, we're getting there. A scritching of claws against glass, the bottle of darkness rattles in its plinth. Oh dear. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Shockingly. Is there a way to find out what they don't like? By the way. Only somewhat peculiar. Well, that's an improvement, I guess. Yeah, but what's unacceptable, though? Just tell me. You probably told me a long time ago, I just don't remember. One of the pit's foremen ambles up to you. The screams are quiet today, he tells you, as though you hadn't noticed. Doesn't ask who you are or how you got through the dead zone. Can I see the latest find? Just pulled it from the depths this morning. Oh, of course. With a grin and a nudge, and an offhandedly bigoted remark, he ushers you into the nearest warehouse. You're greeted by stacks upon stacks of wooden caskets, each only as long as your arm. The woman opens the nearest coffin and places it on the table in front of you. Peering inside, you see the fossil ghost curled in the corner. It's a little more than an ossified lump, vaguely human, but small, like a child or a doll. I'm sorry, what? Strange to think that this is what lights our streets. I am burning in our engines, feeding the factory. Don't worry, though, they're ancient buggers. No one you knew. Oh! We burn ghosts! That's our fuel! Offer to buy. Examine it more closely. It's a small thing, expelled soul waste. A little ball of voided humanity. You feel something. Morbid fascination. Oof. Oh my. That's a thing indeed. Let's go to the dwellings real quick before we stop. I wish to write a poem and see what we get out of that. Oh, the options. Write a meditative elegy, morbid but not macabre, somber not sorrowful, a poem of relentless sand and empty glass. Pines and kindness. You set your pen down, exhausted, unsure how much time has passed. Your mournful lament is titled Pines and Kindness. You've written in elegiac verse. The poem is 30 lines long in a single unbroken stanza. An extract. This broken Reynard in a tower contrite, the sad fox of love that knows no light. For, born of fox, the hourglass will always dream. Oh, compassion, alas, for the pines are thy dream. The flow and the ebb. After days of fevered intensity, the poetic fervor has left you. Your room is a pigsty. True enough. And we could do more, but I don't feel like expending all those just yet. I have never entertained a guest, and so let's invite Zhang Basho. He is probably the most intriguing of these persons, in no small part because he's the only non-human here. And that's a little racist to me, but I am curious. Zhang Basho arrives at your door, accompanied by the disapproving glares of your neighbors. He hurries inside, muttering about bigots. I'm a member of a debate club here in the city, Zhang informs you. I know we had an evening planned, but they've arranged a meetup today at the last minute. Would you mind accompanying me? Of course. Zhang Basho's debate club turns out to be a meeting of only a half-dozen minds, held in a dingy cellar beneath a coffee bar. Zhang Basho is the only Mycena. The rest are pasty-faced human men, lounging on oversized cushions and drinking laudanum. I announce this meeting of the drunken discoursely now in session, declares one of the youths, stamping his feet. They proceed to languidly debate all manner of topics: the legalization of drugs, the fight against censorship, the inevitable collapse of society. It's basically the internet. None of None of it is especially original or interesting. Wow, that is exactly current affairs. And Zhang Basho is by far the best speaker of the lot. A test of esoterica. Join a debate. Might as well make an effort for Zhang's sake. One by one, you demolish their various arguments. They gawp at you for a moment. Well, yes, I suppose you're right if you insist on bringing facts into it, says one of the pallid young men in an aggrieved tone. After many rambling hours, the meeting finally ends. Several of the drunk and discourserly, love the name by the way, have passed out from either drink or boredom. The rest stumble out into the smog, saying their warm goodbyes to Zhang. Finally, it's just you and the Mycena strolling down the lamplit street. Thanks for that, says Zhang. I know they can be a bit juvenile and a bit pompous, but I owe that group a great deal. They were the only kids who would hang out with me back when I was growing up. It was great to see them again. Aww. He parts with you a short while later. Mycena's red cap fades into the smog. Aww. I like him. I really do. That was nice. I like that story. Oh well. Anyway, saving, for the obvious reasons. Actually, I had a panic 2 episodes back where I loaded the wrong save briefly. That was not a fun experience, but anyway. Irrelevant for the moment. We must plan our next trip. I suppose we should finish off Otto's little deal. Catch an ichthyid hound, thank you very much. Delve into this vaudeville that. And then catch our Optivore hawk and find the key with Sandy just because we're going to be in the area. And then probably go insane because we probably will have gone insane by then. And eventually, of course, we have to go back to the Mousalon River, but that's all a matter for the future. For now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.